Hi, I'm Pip from queenpipcards.com and the Card Making Know-How Academy. Watercolour effects make any card feel artistic and unique, but you don't have to be a painter to create them. In today's Crafty Corner, I'll share some simple watercolour techniques which are perfect for beginner card makers. You don't need fancy supplies to add watercolour magic to your card. Just try these simple techniques. First of all, ink smooshing. It just sounds lovely. Anyway, it's such a fun thing to say. Ink smooshing. Press your ink pad onto some acetate, spritz it with some water, and then press your cardstock onto the acetate and lift off the ink. And this creates a soft blended background. Try a couple of different colours. Don't overlap them too much. Just a couple of different colours. Smush with the water spray. It'll automatically start merging together and then lift. And you can probably get several from one smooshing. Okay, so that's the first one. Leave them to dry. Perfect backgrounds. Second one is a watercolour wash. Now, a watercolour wash sounds very fancy, but all you need is a brush to add a light wash of colour, perfect for backgrounds and some subtle shading. Again, put a drop of ink or a dab from your ink pad onto a block, spritz it with some water, pick it up with your water brush, just an ordinary paintbrush, and just whoosh it over your cardstock base, and see how it looks. You can add more if you think it's too light, but just start light and then build up. Okay, so that's number 2. 3. This one's a little bit more tricky because you need to stamp and then watercolour. So you need to stamp the outline image, and you must use a permanent ink or a StazOn, something like that. So an archival or permanent ink or a StazOn. And then you can use watercolour ink, so any dye-based ink pad that you have, with a little paintbrush, and you can just lightly colour it with diluted ink, or you can use watercolour pencils and just wash over them. Just don't use too much water on any of those techniques, okay? So keep the water light, lift quickly, and then let it dry. Same with the wash, don't use too much water, and same with the watercolouring with the stamping. Just keep it nice and light. These are easy methods to add depth and a handmade feel to any of your card designs. Inside the Card Making Know-How Academy, I teach step-by-step watercolouring techniques to create professional looking effects with ease, and there are so many of them in the Card Making Know-How Academy. I really love working with ink and water. So yeah, I have an entire masterclass stuffed to the gills with some really simple watercolouring techniques. These 3 and many more that you can just let your hair down and have a bit of fun with some water and some ink. So if you're interested in that and you want to come and join us, we have a great community inside the membership, and yeah, we have a lot of fun with watercolour and all other things. So join the Card Making Know-How today, or I'll see you next week. And if you haven't yet had if you haven't joined my newsletter, then you can also join that as well. Just head to queenpipcards.com/newbie, and you will get some helpful tips and hints from email in your inbox. Alrighty, thanks ever so much for watching this episode of Crafty Corner, and I will see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.